The Madness of Crowd by Douglas Murray. Book review and some interesting ideas I got out of this book. I'll start with a quick review. I'll give this book 4 stars. I almost got a 3, to be honest. For some reason, there's some parts that I didn't like. The way there's a lot of quotes, which in general I don't like quotes of other people, and there is back and forth, some conversations between people that he brings and wrote in his book. He gets a 4 because of his courage. I think it's a very, very important discussions or topics to have, which no one basically did before him. So he has a lot of courage that he opens, and the way he spoke and wrote about those subjects is amazing. So he definitely deserves a 4 star just for that. Let's see the notes. People are being treated unfairly for something they said 10 years ago against same-sex marriage when it was widely unpopular. So people are being treated unfairly because 10 years ago they wrote something about same-sex marriage when everyone thought it wasn't widely unpopular. So when they were in the majority back then, and they're still being criticized for that today. Being gay is referred as a one-way street and not a two-way street. You can only become gay, but you cannot become straight back. So it's a one-way street. Important point. Women harass men just as like. They try to manipulate them to get something out of it. So it's not only men harass women, obviously they do, but there is also some of it. Sometimes women harass men to get something out of them. Sexy but not sexualized is what is expected. So the author wrote about women trying to be sexy, but they do not like to be sexualized. So there is like a fine line there, and it's a little paradox. On social media, you need to consider every interpretation of your words. Every interpretation, which sometimes is unflattering interpretations of your words. You need to be careful about what you write on there, because people would go far to interpret your words, not what you intended. Instead of racial blindness, people are becoming racial obsessed. Forgot who said that, racial blindness, but that's the goal, to be racial blindness. No one cares about race, but instead of being racial blind, people are becoming racial obsessed. They're always like, oh, they talk about race more and more. Some groups will oust a member when they disagree with their views, just like the church. Oftentimes, even when that member cannot be ousted due to biological factors. I think they ousted a few black men. They said they're not black anymore, or a few gay people. They said you're not gay anymore. And this is something that they are, but they still ousting them for not thinking or saying things as the rest of the group. That's kind of ridiculous. In today's age, there is no place for forgiveness, which is not good, because even murderers can be forgiven, but someone that said something, even when he regrets that, there is no place for forgiveness. No question allowed, no question asked. That's what one of the major things about sensitive subjects is no question allowed and no questions asked. No one asks any questions, and no one wants you to ask any questions. Transgender treatment tend to be approved and not questioned only to one side. You cannot question someone, is it good for you? You can only do that to one side. It is good for you, it's only go in one direction, similar to the one-way street for gays. Humans are not Legos. Changing something in the body is costly and painful. It's not easily to change that, and it should be taken into consideration before changing something, and should be taken very seriously before. So that is for the notes, And again, I'll give this book 4 stars. He is a really good author. Like to add that. But some parts of the book I just didn't it didn't grasp my attention enough. There's a lot of back and forth, like I said. He could shorten this book, but he definitely deserves a lot of credit for opening this subject and talking about him very courageously and openly. So definitely deserves. So 4 stars. Thank you.